Listen up, cluckheads.
You're listening to Whiskey and Whine
With Rooster and
The Madman, where we talk about common sense, current events,
the Constitution,
and morals, while comparing drinks of yesteryear to drinks of today.
so sit back, relax, leave us a comment.
Here comes Whiskey and Whine.
Welcome back, cluckheads. You're listening to Whiskey and Wine with Rooster The Madman. You know who we are. You know what we do.
Constitution,
Common
sense,
and morals.
well, right now the morals aren't in the room.
Yeah, she's not in the recording
But
immediate area right now.
Yeah,
so.
But I do assume that
They're on premise.
they're on
premise. The
they are still on premise.
Morals are on premise. So, before we get started, I want to give a quick shout out, or not really a quick shout out, but more of a, ha thing, to, DJ Shane Guns, the Overlord himself with Deep Dallas Radio on Locked and Loaded, just because, our Artie is bigger than his Artie.
Without using fancy camera tricks or wide angle lenses.
Yeah, no weird angle, holding it up for a certain angle to make it look bigger or anything like that. No, ours is just pure girth.
Ours is, it's just out there.
It's out there, man. Yeah.
I'm talking about reminds me of that thing that happened whenever we went down to Mexico with the Overlord and he took us to that donkey show.
Yeah, so this is the part where morals should probably be in the room. And we'll just change the subject on that one because I don't want to get the backhand for morals on that one.
No, probably not. But it wasn't too bad.
So, also, special occasion we got going on today is Oktoberfest is coming up.
It is. So just as a disclaimer, from now until the end of October, we're only going to be doing beers.
It's the season of the beer.
It is the season of the beer, the Oktoberfest and all that. And some of them aren't going to be low-end, high-end. Some of them are going to be just across the board like what we had today.
Season of the beer should be a country song. I'm just saying.
I got you.
Somebody out there should write that.
I got you.
Yeah, it should
I'll
be
do
out there.
this.
So, very cool. So, why don't you tell us what we got today? What's our beers today?
Well, the first one is from right here in Fort Worth, from Rar & Sons Brewing Company, the Ugly Pug Black Lager.
I like me some Rar & Sons.
I do like some Rar. We talked about it before the tournament of fermentation.
That's kind of what got this going.
That got this going. That we were like, oh, well, we didn't know that it was actually a black lager. Yeah. So then we were going to compare it with the other beer. I gotta say, Rooster, this can.
It's slick, man.
This can is slick.
It is slick.
And what I always love is that. Prost, y'all.
Yeah, prost, y'all.
Prost, y'all.
Yeah, it's Rar's really. They updated their cans a couple of years ago, and they're all just. Yeah, they're probably the coolest looking cans out there of all the beers that you can get on the market.
Absolutely, and if you ever get the chance, go over there and do the brewery tour.
Yeah, I still plan on doing it one of these days. One of the days I got to get it fitted.
Oh, you haven't done it yet?
No, I work on weekends, man. So it's one of those things that I've never got out there to do. Get it out there to do it. So, do they do it during the week? Because I'm definitely in if they do it.
You know who would be a good person to ask that question to? The morals whenever they walk into the room.
Whatever.
She's got her honky tonk bar association.
Honky tonk bar association.
She got her honky tonk bar association license. But there's nothing about this can that isn't. It's almost like you want to just kind of set it on the shelf afterwards.
Yeah, when Rar made the switch from bottles to cans, I was like, I don't know, but I really think they did it was a good choice.
Yeah, I don't think that they lost their taste.
No, because their cans are far superior to everything else. You want to talk about the other one before we open this up?
No, here we go.
Open it up.
I'm going to open this up.
And just remember, quick reminder, this is not about low ends and high ends. This is just about us drinking beer right now, and it's two Texas black lagers.
It sounded nice.
Sounded good.
Let's do the Biden sniff test. Oh, it smells good.
Oh, that's got a nice.
That smells good. Let's do the pour.
A nice smell.
Let's do the pour.
Oh yeah, it's got a really nice smell to it.
And look, and I'm pouring it just like pretty quick and even.
That's nice.
But I was wanting to try to get just a little bit.
And then again, it's a black lager, so it's got that stout look to it. But I mean, it's
and that's the reason why I was trying to get a little bit more head.
I was trying to get a little bit more head there.
More ahead on the beer.
Yeah.
Because we have morals.
It's the season of beer morals.
The morals have now entered the room and not just on the premises. Hey, we had a question that you might know the answer to. Does the Raw Brewery, do they do the tours during the week, or is that only on the weekends? Okay, she's going to check on that. Look at that in that pint glass, though, man. That's
it's great.
That's just greatness.
I like it.
All right, so take the next one.
So the next one we're going to do is a Shiner Bohemian Black Lager. So this is another great black lager. It's down of Shiner, Texas.
It's actually got a really high rating.
Yeah, oldest brewery state of Texas. So this one is running in at 5.5%. Now this one only comes in the bottle. It doesn't.
No, this one's 4.9.
I'm sorry, 4.9.
Yeah,
the other
the
one was
ugly
5.5.
pug is 5.5.
My bad.
Yeah.
So this is 4.9. It comes in a bottle. The bottle is their standard bottle. The logo is this great black and silver kind of thing they do. I mean, it really, really pops. The font is kind of medieval looking font.
Yeah, I was about to say it's almost like that gothic type of font to it.
It's from the Spetzel Brewery.
Spetzel.
Yes. So
crack it open. Let's
crack it with this one. I don't think this is a twist top. I think this is the fancy. I don't know. I got my fancy. I like to just be fancy with my wallet and open up my beers that way because that's how you know you're a professional. Bad boy poured here.
I'm kind of interested to seeing the. I can't see whatever that is.
It is a twist top as well, guys.
So they do the tours during the midweek.
Oh, cool!
Like
I'm
Wednesday through Sunday. It looks like.
I'll have to check one of those out. All right, a little sniff test here.
Do the Biden sniff test.
You know what? Does not smell like the Ugly Pug. It has a very different smell to it. This is almost just like a lager smell, where the other one smells really more like a stout. See me getting fancy talking about lagers versus stouts.
Your lager stout.
Yeah.
Yeah, there is a distinct difference, but look at the colors. It's the Shiner. The Shiner is actually a little bit darker.
Yeah, I thought the Ugly Pug was pretty much as black as you can get for a beer, but
apparently not.
It's just a little blacker. So
yeah,
it's good. But I mean, it's a small variable, but it is just a little bit different.
So which one are we starting with here?
So I mean, obviously, let's start with the Ugly Pug. I mean, that's the Fort Worth one. So let's have traveled out of Shiner, Texas.
So just like they say on the can, prost, y'all. Let's take a sip. Got the clinkage going on. Take a sip, and then we'll jump into this first topic.
That's a good sip. That's a good sip.
That is good.
That's a good sip.
Oh, that is good.
Whew. Gives you chills. I like
Daddy likey.
Yeah, I mean it's
the Mad Hen just said it's the flavor of the stout without the weight, and that's a good way to put it.
I'm getting a hint of vanilla in some.
Don't spruce it up there.
Oh, chocolate. I'm way off.
Samsonite. He must work out.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm going to take another small sip of this before we.
Well, my sip was half the pint, so I don't like getting it in my mustache. So
okay. Well, let's see. What were some of the topics that we got sent this week?
So,
the first one.
Yeah.
Border crisis. You know what? 4 minutes.
We took a week off, so, politics, they didn't pause for us.
Yeah. So 4 minutes on the timer. Who wants to start? You, me.
I'll go ahead and give it a shot on this one.
All right. You're going.
Back here in the state of Texas, I don't know if you guys ever heard of this thing. We got a border crisis going on across the whole border, but Texas seems to be where they're talking about. We're not going to say it's part whatever, because this is a whole new situation we got going on.
No, this is not a follow-up. This is a new topic.
So, I mean, it's all over the place. I mean, everybody's seen it. So, last week, since we took a week off, I think they said 14,000 crossed in
last week was so last week was 14,000.
14,000 come across just one. That's one checkpoint, and that's in Mission. We're talking about the Del Rio area, which is the biggest crazy cluster that you got going on right now.
But today in Del Rio, there was another 15,000.
15,000. I mean, it's completely out of hand. And the crazy part is these are all Haitians. So, I mean, they're actually crossing the Atlantic into the Caribbean into Mexico to cross over to this border. And I read a story earlier that the U.S. actually saw this coming and knew it coming and didn't disseminate this down to ICE. I don't know how true that one is, but, who knows. But that's not what really has got this thing getting going. So
Was What about that no-fly zone over the border?
Yeah, so, people have been flying drones. Fox News specifically been flying drones to kind of show how bad it is.
It wasn't even just Fox. CNN was flying drones.
Yeah, but I mean, and so what does the White House do? Like, oh my gosh, we need to fix the situation. Let's get the FAA to make this national security and protect the airspace. Hey man, you can't take pictures of what's going on down here anymore. There, fixed. Problem solved.
Dun, dun, dun.
Yeah, so now everybody's flying drones down there. They got boats. They got all kinds of stuff. And then everybody's losing their mind because there was a situation with one of the ICE guys on a horse.
Wait a second. Before we jump into that,
yeah,
I just want to clarify. So we make it a no-fly zone.
Yes.
The week that 14,000 crossed in one checkpoint. That's strangely that's a real weird coincidence, man.
Yeah, it's kind of odd.
I wonder what Kamala Harris had to say about.
I don't know, but it's an inhumanitarian condition down there. I've seen the photos of these people living on the bridge. It's absolutely a disaster. No one is fixing anything. I'm going to say it again. No one is fixing anything from the federal government.
Oh, and guess who didn't stay in California?
Oh, is it our favorite senator from, is it Maxine Waters?
It is Maxine Waters.
Yeah. You can't have a crisis without Maxine Waters giving some interviews or showing up in a state that she doesn't represent. So she comes down here and she does the greatest thing about her interview is she starts talking about these racist cowboys who are whipping black Haitians. And then she turns her anger to Biden administration itself, saying he is doing nothing more than what Trump did. He's not done anything he said he was going to do.
So my first question is, why didn't she go to the California border? That's her state.
Because they're not coming across in droves like they are in the San Diego area, like they are in Del Rio.
They don't want to be.
They want to go to California.
They don't want to be in California.
Californians are leaving Californians. We're going to have to put a border up against Oklahoma.
So what's funny though is that if you look at the picture of the cowboy supposedly whipping the Haitian, he's whipping him with the hand he's grabbing him with. It's the reins of the actual horse.
That is shame on mainstream media on that photo, because the photo clearly shows his hand is on, grab the Haitian, and that is the rein that you're seeing from the horse. So as Maxine Waters said, they use their racist cowboys use their reins to whip people. Look, if you've never ridden a horse, just go watch footage of people riding horses. That is just a rein. It is a leather rein. That's how you control the horse. There was no whipping. I don't know where people are.
4 minutes is up.
I just don't know where they get it, man.
But as a side note to that, where in the world is Kamala Harris?
I know where she is now. I know where she is.
I know where she's not.
Yeah, well, I know where she's not. I mean, I looked all through Del Rio, but I could not find a single person wearing a big maroon hat and a trench coat. So I know she's not down there.
No, like maroon hat and maroon trench coat.
She's not doing that one. But I think she was doing a COVID summit via Zoom.
You know, that makes sense because she's our border czar.
She's the border czar. So that absolutely makes sense.
Makes sense. All right.
Yeah. She sucks.
What do y'all think of that ugly pug?
I like it.
I dig it.
I like it.
There's nothing bad about it.
This fire pit, cigar, ugly pug, colder weather, you can't go wrong.
Maybe that's how we need to do one of the Whiskey and Whine episodes.
Yeah, it's
around a fire pit.
You just can't go wrong. You can't go wrong with that.
No.
I mean, we did get our cold front. I think we were at 85 today, so that was pretty nice.
Drop down to 85.
Still a little warm for this, this dark and heavy of a beer, but I'm digging the black lager versus the stout.
Well, you know what? Let's before topic 2, let's go ahead and switch over to the Shiner.
Let's do it.
Do it.
Now, isn't this a sin that you're drinking it out of a Deep Ellum Brewing Company glass?
This is a Paws in the City glass.
Oh, okay. So it's a good cause.
It's a great cause. The guys at Paws in the City do amazing stuff.
You know what?
They taste different.
See, I don't know. I think it tastes a lot like the Ugly Pug. It's almost like a weaker version of the Ugly Pug. Smokier,
maybe
you think?
Yeah, the Mad Hen chimed in and said maybe it's a little smokier. I guess we just have to try it again.
It's smoother.
It is smoother.
You could just down this whole thing super quick if you were into that.
Mm-hmm. Now, I do taste
but you know what?
I do taste what she's talking about.
It's got more of an aftertaste to it. It's got more of that coffee kind of.
It does have an aftertaste, and in that aftertaste, I can taste the smoke like what our our
All right,
official
cool.
licensee.
I like
is
it.
talking
I
about.
like it.
Yeah, there's nothing bad about it.
There's nothing bad about it. I like it. Right now, I'm leaning a little bit more on the ugly pug than I am
I'm
on
leaning
this
more
one.
on the ugly pug, but I'm curious as whenever we go back and forth.
Yeah, that's always the true
kicker.
So let's go to the second thing though, man.
The second thing. Oh, the one that got brought up the most was the police reform bill, which actually didn't have anything to do with the police reform bill, as it did.
Yeah,
you know what? I'm going to start the timer. I'll start.
This one is just.
You go.
So
timer starts.
This is less about police reform,
which was dead in the water.
Yeah, it's dead in the water. They're not going to do it. Nobody in Congress is going to do it. Nobody in the Senate's got support for it.
Left and right.
It's just dead. You can blame one party or another. It is so dead that neither one of them are ever going to revive it. So what does our president of the United States, Joe Biden, do? And well, obviously, we just skip legislation altogether because the legislators have spoken and they don't want this. So, but he does. So what does the president do? Well, you could act like a president and accept it and move on, or you could be a dictator and you could just skip legislation altogether and write your own laws, which is...
I would like to say emphasis on anything in that word besides tater.
He's dictator.
Tater.
Let me get some tots with that.
So it's not about the police reform bill as much as it is we have the commander-in-chief of the United States of America that is completely bypassing Articles 1 through 3 of the Constitution.
Correct.
I mean, just blatantly just saying, yeah, I don't really care. I'm going to go ahead and just write it in.
Yeah, for those of you who don't know, Articles 1 through 3, Article 1 of the Constitution actually says that Congress is going to have to be the legislative branch and enact the laws. Article 2 is all about the executive power, which would be the President of the United States. And then Article 3 is about the judicial branch. As we know of this as the coined phrase back in the 1800s of separation of powers, we call it checks and balances.
So that way
that's out the window.
So that way that one of those can't get too powerful.
Correct. It stops you from being a dictator or a tyrant, as our forefathers used to like to say. The most was about tyranny. But yeah, so he's basically...
Yeah, but I kind of like Dick.
Yeah, he's all in on this one, man. So right now, so I looked up the University of Santa Barbara, I believe it was.
The one that does all the reports?
Yeah, so they actually track presidential executive actions. Again, executive actions were supposed to be about time of war and things like that.
Yes.
And so right now, Biden is on an average for his first year to have signed about 94 a year.
So that'd be about 376 over 4 years.
Yeah, unless he decides to really pick up, steam or something like that.
Hey, man, if you're going to do it, go all in.
Yeah, so from the time they reported this, it was at 63. I don't know what this number is as of today, but of the last reporting, he was at 63. Yeah. But yeah, I mean, I went through the history on these things, and pretty much everybody who was out there being a record setter had some type of thing like World War I going on.
Oh yeah, they were all
II.
International conflicts.
Yeah, I mean it was big stuff, and then and the really scary part is the big stuff that they were doing is a little bit even different than the stuff we're seeing out of modern presidents.
Oh yeah,
starting with Bill Clinton and then George W. Bush.
Well, even if you go back to
Reagan,
he wanted to make it where that everybody had a landline.
Yeah, if you couldn't afford a landline and you needed to look for a job, you understood modern technology, you needed a home phone. Therefore, the government would pay for a basic landline so you could look for jobs locally. President Obama took an executive action and actually just expanded that and said, hey, that's a good idea, but everybody gets a cell phone. Well, he said cell phone. Unfortunately, everybody ended up with a smartphone out of it, even though the government's supposed to cell phone. Because the other thing is he removed the whole checks and balances of auditing and making sure people weren't abusing that thing. But
the current president's actions are completely different.
Well, now we're starting to see things other than helpful programs. We're starting to see things like I'm just going to write the laws Congress should do. And that's not what executive actions were about. They were about immediate needs that will expire. And he's just turning these into, I didn't get my way, so I'm going to do this. And it seems to keep
time's up.
It gets worse with each president.
Time's up. I wish the time was already up, but it's, we still got another 3 years of this.
Well,
hey, that's 3 years.
But does anybody really believe he's going to finish his first term? Because I sure as heck don't.
First term or first year?
First term. I don't know if he'll get through the first year at this point. Because, dude, he's made some pretty big, shall we say, faux pas?
Yeah. Yeah.
The pause.
I see what you did there. Because a pause in the city.
Yeah, the pause in the city.
Yeah.
Pause. Yeah. Yeah. In no way, shape, or form is Joe Biden involved with pause in the city because that would be horrible.
That would just be bad.
Yeah.
Man, let's go back over this ugly pug.
All right. Here we go.
Here we go.
I don't have a whole lot left of it. It's good. I mean,
I'm saving enough that
easy to go back
I can compare.
I'm going to try the other one.
No, don't. You always break your own dang rules. Get it
clucking
clucking together, Rooster.
I announced what I was going to do. Jeez.
Rules, man. Without rules, you might as well just be the border czar.
Well, if I was a border czar, I wouldn't have been present for this episode. You're like, hey, where's Rooster?
Not at the border.
Not here.
Not here.
The one place he's supposed to be.
He's not there.
Primary job.
Yeah, I could just see it now. I'd be like, I'm just going to set a little picture up over there and be like, you're listening to Whiskey and Whine with the Madman. And have like a single tear roll down my cheek. Be like, Rooster, where are you, buddy?
Yeah, like the old, was it the littering commercial with the old
Native
American guy with the glycerin tear? Yeah. Just turns to the camera.
That's horrible that we're laughing at that.
Yeah.
All right, so topic 3. Well, let's see what we got here.
Yeah.
Oh, my God. Okay, and this is something that a lot of people might not even know about. Is the France-Australia nuclear submarine deal that pretty much just got sunk by our current administration.
Very nice, very nice.
All right, you want to start or you want me to start?
I'll go ahead and give this one a start, unless you feel adamant about it.
Man, you know what? You started the other two. Let's just go ahead and let you start this one, too.
All right, cool.
You sure do got a pretty way with words.
Francais. So, basically, Biden just put a dagger in the back of the French on this one. So nobody's saying that the Australians don't need more protection, more weaponry against the Chinese threat in the South China Sea.
Oh, absolutely not.
That keeps expanding.
They do.
That line keeps moving. So they need it. The problem is Australia already had a signed deal with France. And Biden came in there. Now we're going to sell them a bunch of nuclear subs and nuclear technology. And just so you know, the only people we share nuclear technology with is the United Kingdom. And now it's
almost like some of our NATO allies.
Yeah. So it's really weird that we stabbed a NATO ally or a brother in the back.
No. Not just a brother, not just an ally. Our oldest ally, going back to the Revolutionary
These people
War.
were our allies when we were fighting Great Britain.
Come on. And they have been our allies since.
They were our only ally, and we have never wavered, and they have never wavered from us. This is our oldest and our dearest friend.
Until today.
And we just completely threw that out. I mean, normally, I like to make jokes about the French and surrender. As a veteran, we like to make jokks about
how on the French Army knife it comes with a white flag.
Yeah, little things like that, or the little bipad that comes on their rifles. We call them freedom sticks.
Yeah.
Or what do we call it? Surrender sticks.
Surrender sticks, yeah.
But, I mean, this is a joke. These guys are our oldest allies. We make these jokes because you bust the chops of your buddies. I mean, I would go to war with any day with these guys.
But you can bust the chops of your buddies because they're your buddies. So nobody else can bust the chops of your buddies.
You're not wrong for helping the Australians, but you're absolutely wrong for stabbing the French in the back.
So did you hear about what happened?
Australia is not a NATO ally.
No, they're not even a NATO ally. But did you hear about what happened as far as our ambassador?
Yeah, so for the first time in history, France has pulled its ambassador from the United States. Never happened before, but now it has. They're talking all kinds of smack about us, that you can't trust us. We already have this whole thing with the Afghan pullout about people being able to trust us, and we're absolutely proving they can't.
And that propaganda is getting broadcast on Iranian television, Chinese television, North Korean television, and Turkey television.
But now we're shaking the foundation of, can NATO members trust us? And the answer is no.
No.
They can't.
We used to be that nation that said, cluck around and find out.
Yeah. And now we're just the nation of... it's just, I mean, it's like the Cadbury Bunny thing. I mean, it's really sad.
As a disclaimer, this is no slander against the Cadbury Bunny and the
yeah, they are
Cadbury
not
eggs.
affiliated or sponsoring this.
After
episode.
this is over, I got a story about that though.
Cool. So yeah, I mean, those Cadbury eggs, they say they're delicious, but I don't know. But anyways, different topic. But yeah, I mean, it's shameful. I think we owe France an apology, and that deal needs to be renegotiated.
And they can't get their money back either.
No, that deal just needs to be renegotiated with the Australians. And again, I'm not faulting us being allies with the Australians, but they are not NATO members. They should have been brought into the NATO alliance.
And they should have actually been brought in a long time ago.
Yes, but you cannot undermine a NATO brother or undermine a NATO brother.
Our oldest ally at that.
For a non-NATO member. That's a party foul that I don't know how we get past that, but Biden has to reach out, and he has to make that right.
All right, time's up.
Parlez-vous français?
Parlez-vous français? Give me a baguette and some wine and cheese.
All I know about French is the baguette.
The baguette. All right, so let's do our direct comparison.
Stop rubbing her. Can't you see she's beautiful? or no, sexy. Can't you see she's sexy?
Can't you see she's sexy?
Yeah. So,
I would like to buy a hamburger. Oh, let's buy some burger.
The baguette. Sorry.
Say it correctly.
Too much beer already.
All right, so we're going to do the direct comparison here.
All right. Shiner? Pug. Dude, I'm going Pug.
Dude, this is tough.
It's tough, but I'm going Pug.
I think I do like the Pug a little bit better.
The Pug's aftertaste is not as lingering as the Shiners.
That's a good way to put it.
The Shiners has almost that lingering of
like a smoked coffee
correct,
aftertaste.
where you still have that after you've done it. You got to get a mint 10 minutes later kind of thing. So, and I'm not a coffee guy, but these are some pretty good beers.
I mean, I would drink either one of them with you.
Yeah.
I mean,
you can't. Yeah. So to all our listeners out there, so for all 12 of you,
hey, we got more than that.
Maybe 13. I don't know. But anyways, for all you guys out there, you cannot go wrong with either one of these beers. Shiner Bock is always a great go-to beer. Raw & Sons, Ugly Pug, any of the Raw & Sons is
my
a
favorites
great
are
go-to.
Texas Red.
Texas Red, by far my favorite. We'll have it on the show at some point. But if you're looking for a black lager, both of these solid choices. I
would say that if you want more of that smoky aftertaste, go with the Shiner. If you want more of a good tasting flat lager that doesn't set quite as heavy, I would go with the Ugly Pug.
And maybe it's the alcohol difference because the Ugly Pug's a little bit higher in the alcohol content.
Yeah, that's not enough
Shiner,
that it should cause that.
But I mean, it's marginal. But again, it's just really.
Hen, what do you think?
How much of the coffee taste do you want?
You just pointed. I don't know which one that one is. By the color, I think that's a Shiner.
Yeah.
Okay, so
the Hen goes with the Shiner. We go with the Pug.
Yeah,
that's It again. You can't go wrong either way. We're just if I had to recommend one over the other, I'm gonna inch you towards the Pug.
But if I was at some place, Bucky's letting us know something ain't right.
Something ain't right. Maybe more tacos. I don't know.
He might need more tacos. Those tacos were really good tonight.
They were good. Those barbecue tacos are really good. You can't go wrong with that either.
It did not leave neither one of these beers left me prickly on the inside.
No, it's not really a taco kind of beer, but
but
that'd be a good one for us to try. The Adios Pantalones from from Raw & Sons.
The Adios Pantalones.
Yeah,
or maybe since the Overlord likes those tomato beers, we could try one of those. What are they called? Micheladas.
Mixeladas, yeah. So, totally off the subject here. Just wanted to, a little sad thing for everybody experiencing who enjoy comedy in this world.
Oh, yeah.
Norm Macdonald died recently.
One of the greatest straight comedians.
He's one of the best straight comedians out there. He's totally underrated. He's personally my favorite of the two Burt Reynolds that I love so much. Especially his.
You mean it's Turd? It's Turd.
Yeah,
Turd Ferguson.
Exactly. His Turd Ferguson alter ego. That's
funnier
when he wears a big hat. It's pretty funny.
Where did you get that hat, Mr. Reynolds?
It's a big hat. It's funny. So Norm Macdonald's absolutely it was a great comedian. Yeah, I'm sad to see that one go.
And I can't believe that he did that he was still. He even had like 2 shows over the past 9 years, and he was still touring.
Apparently, he's been hiding cancer for years,
almost
and,
a decade.
Just, kept it to himself, and it got him. We hate to see it, so he'll be missed.
But according to one of his stand-ups, technically the cancer didn't win because whenever you die, the cancer dies too. So it's more of a draw.
Yeah, and I mean, here was a guy who was funny when SNL used to be funny.
Yeah. In fact, he got fired because he was making jokes.
He was so funny, they fired him. They're like, you know what? You are ruining comedy for the rest of the SNL cast.
And if anybody has not seen the movie Dirty Work, Revenge for Hire, you've got to see it. It has him in it. It's got some other great comedians in it. Chevy Chase is in it. Yeah. I mean, it's absolutely wonderful.
He's got a lot of great work out there. So I was a big fan of My Name is Earl. And they actually had Burt Reynolds on there playing Little Chubby, and then when Burt Reynolds passed on, they replaced him with Norm Macdonald as Little Chubby playing Burt Reynolds' son, basically being the same character from Celebrity Jeopardy. And it was awesome.
It's like, like whenever you can blatantly see that it's the stunt man in the movie, but you don't really care just because it was an awesome stunt.
Exactly.
Except that it's just more in your face.
Like when you're watching that cool James Bond movie from the 1970s, you're like, I didn't think James Bond was a 5'4" African American.
Yeah. Well, whatever. Yeah. It's a cool stunt.
It was a cool stunt. I like the way that car jumped.
All right.
Oh, anyways. So,
Cluckheads, you've been listening to episode 23. We made it through 23 of these things,
23.
And 2 tournament of fermentations.
2 of them, actually. Yeah, it's crazy.
We're getting up there.
Yeah, and I'm still getting them posted out there. Got 2 more posted of the older episodes on the archives out there this week on YouTube. So go out there and check that out. Check out the Whiskey and Wine
channel.
Rooster the Madman
and
on YouTube.
We do have some special stuff coming up in the future where we're going to do some live episodes and things like that.
Yeah. Can't edit those.
can't edit those. And as we look over, the Mad Hen's just looking at us, shaking her head.
AKA morals.
I'm pretty sure she's just going to go ahead and accept defeat on that night.
I don't know. Yeah, she won't. She won't.
You don't think she will?
I don't know. I guess we need to find out and make sure she doesn't have like a Nerf gun or a airsoft gun or one of those paintball guns to shoot us.
I can just see it I can just see that night, like as it's getting ready to happen, because we're going to have to do whiskey that night. And she shows up. She's already half a bottle in. She's like, "Okay, I'm finally ready for this. I'm ready to put up with the 2 of you again."
Oh, whoa! Is that a lighter?
She just pulled out a lighter.
That's crazy.
My gosh!
All right.
That's cool, because we're on fire tonight.
Yeah, 23 episodes. This has been great. This was a good night for beer, too.
It was a great beer night.
Yeah.
Well, all right. You listened to episode 23 of Whiskey and Wine with the Rooster and the Madman. And remember, in a world full of chickens,
be a rooster.
You're listening
to Whiskey and Wine.
Thanks for tuning in to Whiskey and Wine with the Rooster and the Madman, where you can catch brand new episodes every Saturday at 4 p.m. on Deep Dallas Radio on Locked and Loaded with DJ Shane Guns.
Special thanks to our sponsor, GiftedChicken.com, home to all your beard, bath, and body care needs. Veteran owner-operator right here in North Texas. Remember to pick up a bottle of Overlord's Dungeon Oil. It's 100% all-natural coconut oil.
Leaves you prickly on the insides.